Hello, welcome back. I'm Rama Krishnan and you're watching my channel Raise Your Vibe with Rama. I like to share inspiring little ideas, insights, and stories. Talking about stories, I'm sure you've heard the story of the Cherokee grandpa and grandson. Let's just refresh, just in case you've forgotten that story or you haven't heard it at all. So, the story goes that there was a grandpa and grandson talking, and the grandpa is telling the grandson, in everyone's mind, there are two wolves, the good and the bad, and they're constantly fighting to win over a person. And then the grandson asks the grandpa, which wolf wins? And the grandpa says, the wolf you feed. So let's work with that story. I love stories because they are, especially stories like this one, which are culturally rich and metaphorically full of wisdom. When we look at it, really in our life, in our minds, there are two wolves. We will use that metaphor. And the two wolves that I want to talk about today are the wolves of karma and dharma. So let me explain. Karma is not punishment or things like that. Really, karma is the thoughts, the thought patterns that keep on repeating themselves and keep us in the cycle of samsara. The cycle of feeling hurt, then feeling, blaming, shaming, avoiding, correcting, resisting, controlling, hurting again. That's the cycle of samsara. And that is what karma really is about. I call it the buy one, get one free scheme. The minute you think a certain thought, another one of a similar genre is given to you. And that is the cycle of karma. And so one wolf that is there in all our minds is the energy of karma from the past that moment to moment is inviting us to engage with it, to respond as we have always responded, even though it has not worked for us. It's the old and familiar, choosing which we choose to stay in the same repetitive patterns. Then you have the other wolf, and that is dharma. Dharma is translated, it's a Sanskrit word, and sometimes it is translated as religion, but mostly it is seen as right action. And dharma is not so simple as figuring out one right thing for all times. Dharma is dynamic, it changes. It requires active, conscious, intentional engagement with reality. It requires us to look at our past patterns, see where they led us, to ask ourselves, do I want to do this again? To make choices that are difficult, that postpone instant gratification and choose instead a path that helps to solve problems, a path that sows the seed for a better future. So those are the two wolves that we constantly have in our minds. And so, bringing the Cherokee story back, in any moment as life occurs to us, we do have two choices. The choice to repeat the old patterns, or the choice to move forward intentionally, move forward consciously, asking ourselves, seeking the wisdom from within so that we can make a better, wiser choice. This battle between karma and dharma is going on in our minds moment to moment, all across a single day. All across a single day, we have hundreds of moments of choice, and every moment of choice is a moment to pick between the two wolves. Of course, if we have only been feeding one wolf, it is the stronger one, and the one that has not been fed is the weaker one. But sometimes we might have to stop and feed the weaker one so that it can become the stronger voice. The voice of Dharma becomes the stronger voice in us. And we choose to weaken the voice of karma so that we are able to break old patterns and start afresh. So, choosing the right wolf to feed is choosing the future you want to create. So think about that and see what choices you have waiting for you today and how you may use this wisdom to move through them.